Hey guys, Corey here from Sky's the Limit Car Care, and today we're going to talk about a really cool project that has finally come to fruition. The 1-inch Sky's the Limit pads. We have the finishing pad and the polishing pad, and we're going to get into all the details, everything you want to know about these pads. We're going to start by going over why we brought these to market, what advantages they have over other 1-inch pads in the market, which machines they work best with, or what machines are available out there that you can use these with, and finally, we're going to do a demonstration on the actual pad use, where you would most likely use them on the car, whether or not you need them, and the technology that is utilized within them. Stick around to enjoy more. So let's get into the technology on these pads. So as far as the tech that you'll see with the new 1-inch pads, it's the exact same foam that you find in our Honey pad and our Sky Blue pad with the 3, 5, and 6-inch. But what you will also notice is that these are flat pads. These do not have any spider cuts in them. And that is for probably obvious to you reasons. Obviously a 1-inch pad like this, there's no point in putting cuts in it because it would just weaken the pad and make it less durable. It's just the actual cuts would take up so much of the pad. It'd only be a couple cuts. So it's really kind of pointless. It doesn't overheat and have the same issues that a larger pad can run into. So we have different challenges. So we took that into account with this pad. As far as the foam goes, we chose both very easily rebounding foam. So whether you're on curved areas, which when you're dealing with a 1-inch pad, you need to be able to get up into all sorts of areas. So both of these foams, both the finishing and the cutting pad, are both rebound quickly. You can use them on a rotary mode tool. You can use them on a dual action mode tool. They stay cool and they are very durable from all the testing that we've done so far. So the next question you're probably going to ask is, why would I need a 1-inch pad? For those that aren't sure, maybe you don't, maybe you do. That depends on the model of your vehicle, whether or not you have all flat panels, if you have any little intricacies. But pretty much any car, if you want to do a really high quality job on it, can utilize a 1-inch pad. Areas like right here, that is an obvious place that you could use a 1-inch or even a 3-inch pad would get to a lot of this. But in areas that are tighter than this, around some door handles, just basically anywhere that you can't get your 3-inch pad into, that's where a 1-inch pad comes in handy. The other thing about it is not just the size of the pad, but the actual tool. So when you have a 3-inch or a 5-inch or a 6-inch tool, you have a different type of head and a different type of machine that can get in the way in some areas. So the cool thing about the 1-inch and 1-inch tools on the market, these can get into a lot of areas that the bigger machines can't. So we have the Roops Nano Hybrid here, and then we have the Flex PXE80 also. The PXE80 holds either a 3-inch or a 1-inch pad, and the Nano Hybrid holds a 1-inch or a 2-inch pad. So in this case, we're showing these off both with a 1-inch pad, and as you can see, both of them are different lengths, and both of them have a little bit different head depth. So depending on where you're trying to get in, say you were polishing in an engine bay on some chrome or some aluminum, stainless steel, whatever it might be, or if you're polishing up into really intricate areas of the body of the vehicle, one or the other of these machines might be your preference. It's been our experience that this machine is going to give you a lot more cutting power, the Flex PXE80. However, the Nano Hybrid is super functional and also a favorite from a lot of our customers, and there's definitely a place for this too. Really, it just comes down to preference and which machine you may already have. It will work with either one. So we're going to start with the cutting process, obviously. So we've got our Sky Blue cutting foam, and we're going to use CarPro Ultra Cut with that. Obviously, with a 1-inch pad, you only need a very little amount of polish. Since it is brand new and it's not primed, I'm just going to put a tiny bit extra on there. But pretty much after that, all we need is one little dab. So we'll dab a little bit of that on there. Start it on low. And then we'll turn that up a little. If you need to blow out the pad after a couple uses, that's a good thing to do to ensure that it'll continue cutting. Once it's bound up with a lot of clear coat and spent residue, then that can really impede the cutting ability, but we're still good for now. This has probably never been polished here. There's a lot of damage, but even in just that one pass, I can see a huge amount of improvement compared to the side next to it. I'm gonna go ahead and go over it just one more time, and then we can finish down. So now we've got the honey pad, and the honey pad's gonna get just a little bit of reflect to prime it. A little smiley face for you. And honestly, I was just looking at this under the light a second ago, and I don't even know if this can make it look any glossier. I could get more cut if I went over it again. Obviously, there's a lot of damage there, but it's a huge difference. For demonstration purposes, it's fine. We're going to go ahead and demo the pad, but I'm so impressed with the finish with that sky blue pad every time. I often don't even need a finishing pad for that. All right, guys, so to summarize the demo, we used the light blue cutting/polishing pad and removed a lot of oxidation and all of the minor swirls and even medium swirls really easily. So great success with the 1-inch pad there. We glossed it up even further with the honey pad, and that's pretty much it for today. I did want to mention that to launch the 1-inch pads, we have them in the bundle that I talked about earlier, but we also are offering our 3-inch, 5-inch, and 6-inch pads in their each distinct bundles as well. So if you haven't tried the pads already, now's a great time to do so at a really great price. If you have used the pads, and I know you guys love them that have used them, now's the time to get more if you're running low. So hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions or comments, make sure to leave those below. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so. It helps us make great videos for you. And we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, guys.